Page 140, we have some chord warm-ups, what they call warm-ups. I don't know, they just call them chords. We're dealing with the key of C major. Remember the number, the step, or the note. I'll get there, give me a minute. The notes within a scale, C major, they're all numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 through 7. Because if I go up again, that's 1. And any chord built on that step is that number. So the one chord is built on step 1. It's a C chord. D chord, E chord, F chord, G chord, A chord, B. The bottom note tells you the name of the chord. Well, here we're dealing with the C chord and then the C sus4. Remember on the sus4 you take the middle note and just move it up 1. So you're playing an interval of a fourth here. And then the G7 chord, remember we covered that, we're just moving the thumb down here. Remember the whole G7 chord is 4 notes? Remember that, where we had to take a G chord, we had the 7th, have I lost you? Go back and review that lesson if you don't remember this. It's important that you understand this. That's what we're doing here. They start out with blocked chords. That's all the notes at the same time. Both hands, and you need to do this in both hands. Do it at the same time. Okay. Then they do the broken chords. Now, a broken chord is anything other than blocked. So the pattern could be, who knows? They're just using a simple start at the bottom and go here, and then blocked. Then that's all they're doing. Okay, and at the bottom they're all broken, just broken. And you do both hands at the same time if you want to. Forever. So the idea is just familiarize yourself with what they look like in the music. So when you see the chord, you're thinking one thing, one unit, I'm playing a chord. I'm not playing the 3 notes individually. I'm playing a chord. You just learn to recognize that. It helps make reading music a little easier. Let me know if you have any questions on it. On page 141, let's just briefly go over this music theory stuff. You need to understand this. It helps in playing music more intelligently, maybe enjoying it a little more. I don't know, everybody's a little different, so I don't know. Maybe you find it boring, don't want anything to do with it. Okay, skip it then if you don't like it. Number 1, they want you to write a C sus4, or a G7 for each, above each chord. So up here, that's a block chord because they're at the same time. Well, you already know that's a C chord. And then the next one is this one. Remember, that's a C sus4 because you just take the middle note up 1. It's a C sus4 because the bottom note identifies the chord here. Even though they're not every other note, that's because of the suspended fourth. But it is. And then the next one, the thumb came down. Well, there's your G7. So you can write in the names of the notes. Number 2, they want you to write 1 and 2 and 3 and, or plus whatever, for the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So you can put in the rhythm underneath. Hopefully you understand it okay. Number 3, they want you to play the hands slowly, the chords, just reading the chord names. So you can play them anywhere you want, doesn't matter. So I can go C chord. I like to put my hands further apart because my belly's in the way and it's just more comfortable. It's here. And then the G7 chord, remember that one? C chord, C sus4, G7, G7, C. Then when you repeat it, they want you to do broken chords. And you can do any pattern you want. Basically, we're just going bottom, middle, top. Whatever, I mean, there's all kinds of patterns for broken chords. It's just up to you. I could go here. That's broken because they're not all at the same time. 2 notes are, but that doesn't mean it's blocked. It's the whole thing, which makes it broken. Then they have that somebody will play some examples below, And it either ends on a 1 chord or a 5/7 chord. And you have to figure out by listening, what is it? So the first example is this. Did that end on a 1 chord or a 5/7 chord? Well, the 1 chord is the G chord. Did it end on that? No, it ended on this. So that's the 5/7 chord. It happens to be in G major. Don't worry about what key it's in, just listen. The 1 chord is the key it's in. So the second one going across is that a 1 chord or a 5/7 chord? It's a 1 chord. The third one? Does that end on a 1 chord or 5/7 chord? It's a 5/7 chord, because that's the 1 chord. See, the 1 chord sounds okay, it's resolved. The 5/7 chord is a little edgy. It's not quite there. That's resolved. And the last one? And that one? That's a 1 chord. So I gave you the answers. The idea is for you to learn to hear the harmony. And these aren't in C major, these are in different, but it doesn't matter what key it's in. You can hear the 1 chord, just it resolves, it's finished. It's like the end of the sentence or whatever. Where the 5/7 chord just sounds a little edgy and it needs more. Let me know if you have any questions.